Mother Russia! It's all about that flag. My first top 10 player ever in 15 years of following women's tennis. It was a Russian woman, Ekaterina Alexandrova, to be my first favorite to become a top 10 player. Ekaterina, my first favorite to get an 8-match win streak, my first favorite to win a 500 title, my first favorite to get a win against the number one player, my first favorite to win 5 or more titles, my first favorite to become a top 10 player. She's my first in everything. Ekaterina, she's like a first girlfriend. I had all my first in tennis with her. A little bit of backstory on me and my journey with Ekaterina to the top 10. This has been a journey with her because I have been promoting her heavily on this channel for like the last 3 years. I kind of stopped last year. I seen she was moving up in the ranking, and yeah, this channel leads towards more promoting like second-rate players, third-rate players. So my journey with Ekaterina, it started, I would say, like late 2019, and then 2020, she played this tournament, Shenzhen, that she subsequently went to win. And during that tournament, she played Lucille Sarenko. And, you know, Lucille Sarenko, she's one of my favorite players. And I noticed the style between them. They play very similar, attacking, aggressive styles. And I was like, yeah, that's when I kind of like took notice. I was like, hey, I kind of like this player. Then I went on and followed her, and she won the tournament. And then I was like, hey, this is a really good player. Yeah, I'm going to follow this player. And then the pandemic happened. So I really didn't get a chance to start following Ekaterina until after the war happened, after I put my full support behind her when the war broke out. I was like, Ekaterina, she's my favorite Russian player, and I'm still going to support her.
I'm all about keeping it real. I am still going to support Ekaterina Alexandrova because Ekaterina has to face adversity now. She has to play under hostile conditions because of you hating-ass, fake-ass wanna-be supporting Ukraine tennis fans. And that's going to have to make Ekaterina have to play out there and be a strong fighter. She has to have courage. It takes courage to play in a hostile environment created by the biased media and these fake-ass wanna-be supporting Ukraine tennis fans. Now I have to support Ekaterina more than ever now because the hostile atmosphere in tennis you phony supporting Ukraine tennis fans have created towards Russian players. It's not fair that Ekaterina and the rest of the Russian players have to play under antagonistic conditions based on something that the president of Russia did. The war in Ukraine, it has nothing to do with Ekaterina, and it has nothing to do with tennis.
Plus, I'm American. That war over there in Europe, I have nothing to do with me. So I'm still going to keep supporting Ekaterina. And I have been supporting her on this channel since 2022, even though I really didn't cover her all that last year because her ranking was improving. Like I said, this is not a clout-chasing channel, basically. I only cover, like, second-rate players. And Ekaterina, even though she's not second-rate. I always thought, when I became a fan of hers, that Ekaterina Alexandrova is the very best that Russian women's tennis has to offer post-Maria Sharapova. I was like, I'm not going to stop supporting this player. She's a really good player. So I don't feel the need to cover her on this channel anymore because now the tennis world is seeing her greatness now. You can't have no bigger spotlight shined on you than being a top 10 player. I still stood by her and supported her tennis. I was the one that was on here the whole time, all throughout 2022. Leave these women alone and let these women play. That's what women's sports supposed to be about. Supporting women. And that's what I was doing this whole time. I was supporting a woman playing women's sports. Especially them trash-ass Ukrainian women pointing and wagging their fingers at Russian women have anything to do with that war when they just out there playing tennis, not flying around in fire jets, dropping carpet bombs on their hometowns in Ukraine, trying to put sanctions against these Russian women, these Belarusian and Russian women. They're top 10 players. They're number 1 players in the world. And where are these Ukrainian women out there scrubbing it out, losing in first rounds and challenger tournaments outside the top 200 and because the talent gap between Russian players and Ukrainian women, it's worlds apart. It's like their worlds crumbling down around them over a war that the Russian players on tour have nothing to do with. It's up to Arina Sabalenka, Mira Andreeva, Ekaterina Alexandrova, all them other Russian and Belarusian women in the top 10 to send a message. Say, stop discriminating against us. Ekaterina, yeah, she got a temper problem when she's out there on the court, but pretty much this woman, she stays to herself. Never been in trouble with anyone on tour. Drama free off the court. When she's on the court, goes out there, do her job, make it into finals, win tournaments, and become a top 10 player. And that's how all these Russian and Belarusian players are supposed to respond with getting wins on the court. And that's why these Russian and Belarusian players are thrashing these women on the court and becoming top 10 players, winning trophies, becoming number 1 players. Because in the end, when it's all said and done, this is women's sports. This is not politics. This is about women supporting women in sports. And that's what I continue to do. I continue to support this woman playing women's sports. And I lended my support. And in the outcome, I supported her. And she went out on the court, minding her own business, and became a top 10 player. And another thing I want to mention is Ekaterina having all this success after turning 30. I only seen one comment that mentioned this earlier in the year, like around after she won the Lens tournament. This is the best year of her career after she turned 30. She's about to turn 31 in a couple of weeks. So all you haters that talking shit about these women after they turn the age of 28, all you ageist haters, by having a success, the peak of her career after she turned 30. And another thing I like to mention, Ekaterina, as great of a tennis player she is, she's never been past the 4th round in a major. Now that she's a top 10 player, it's detrimental that she finally makes it past the 4th round. And the only major I could see her getting past the 4th round was the US Open, which she got to the 4th round, but she got dismantled by Iga Swiatek. And I'm like, why does Ekaterina, why she plays like this when she gets to 4th rounds in majors? The US Open is the only major, since she's a hardcore expert, I can see her making it to a quarterfinal. I mean, let's see if Sarenko made it to a quarterfinal at the U.S. Open. So certainly Ekaterina Alexandrova can make it to a quarterfinal at the U.S. Open. But then she gets to the 4th round and she plays exactly like how she does in the 4th round. She played against Iga Swiatek. So now that she's top 10, she must perform well at these majors, get past the 4th round, get to a quarterfinal. Take that sense fans complaining about slamless top 10 players. I do not want them to be complaining about Ekaterina being a top 10 player and never making it past the 4th round in a major. But congratulations to Ekaterina for becoming a top 10 player. Out of hard work, dedication, devotion, and perseverance since 2012 and her becoming a top 10 player. And I wish her the very best and have continued success while in the top 10. And there can be a more Cold War, Soviet, USSR sounding name than Ekaterina Alexandrova representing the top 10.
Sir, what do you think about this achievement of the Russians?
I think it's a remarkable thing.